Hey everybody, welcome to this week's quick video of New Week, New Organized You. My name is Brenda Tringali. I'm a professional organizer and owner of At Your Fingertips Organizing. So this month I'm summarizing a book by productivity guru David Allen. It's called Getting Things Done, and it's commonly referred to as its acronym GTD. Specifically, I'm condensing his 5-step methodology. Now, as you may know, I release a new video every Sunday. Because there are 5 steps to his program, but only 4 Sundays in October, I had to double up one week. So last week I covered steps 1 and 2. If you follow along with me, you should have completed step 1, which was to collect all of your to-dos, whether they're in your head, on a list, maybe on a sticky note, in your voicemail, in an email, wherever, and consolidated them onto one list, your choice of either paper or electronic. Then you should have processed them according to David's guidelines in step 2. This week, I'm summarizing his 3rd step, which is called Organize. And in this step, you're going to organize your to-dos into groupings that make sense so that you can review them and complete them as you want or need. Now, organizing identifies the various buckets where actions and support items are stored. So David also describes this as, things that are stored based on what they mean to you. There are 4 primary action lists, and let me just go through these quickly. So the first one is calendar. So that is for time-specific actions, or day-specific actions, or day-specific information only. So call At Your Fingertips Organizing on Monday. That would go on your calendar. Your calendar should be considered sacred territory, and it should only reflect absolute commitments that you have to get done that day. It should not include things that you want to do when you have time. So that was the first one. The second one is waiting for, meaning that this is, you're waiting for someone to complete something. So there's nothing that you physically can do. You're waiting. Now, the third one is called projects. We don't even have time to get into that one today. You can check that one out on your own. And the last one is called next actions. So these are next actions that you need to take. So if you want to make better decisions about what actions you should take when, you can assign a context to each action item. Okay, so you're probably saying, what is a context? A context is the tool or location or maybe even person that you need to complete it. Now, David recommends a list of contexts that you can use, or you can come up with your own, but the ones that he recommends are calls, computer, office, home, errands, agenda, which would include people or meetings, and last but not least, anywhere. So let me just give you 2 examples of context to explain that point. So let's say you have a list of phone calls to make. Each of those to-dos would be on your action list, but they should also have an additional context field called calls. And that means that as long as you have your cell phone, you have good reception, and you can talk freely, you could accomplish that task. You don't have to be home. You don't have to be in the office. You could be anywhere. Well, not anywhere, but again, as long as you have your phone, whatever. Another example of a context is errands. So this is for any action item on your to-do list that requires you to be out and about. So for example, let's say that you have a task called pick up dry cleaning. You know it's not something that you can complete at home or at the office. It's not a call, whatever. So the advantage of using the errands context with items that you can only accomplish when you're out and about is that you can sort by that field to help you decide what to do when. Those are just 2 examples that you can use context to help you decide where or when to complete a task. If you want to learn more about getting things done, pick up David's book or just Google Getting Things Done or GTD and you'll find a lot of information about it. Now, I know it's a lot of information, but if you really want to consolidate and organize your to-do list, I really believe that David's GTD system is really worth your investment of time and energy. I use it. I love it. I want to add one other comment. I work with a lot of people who only work with paper. They love paper. I understand that and I respect that. I will tell you that based on personal experience, I find it much easier to keep track of everything I need to do by keeping it in an app on my cell phone. And because it's always at my fingertips in my cell phone, no matter where I am. So it's much easier to sort based on everything that I need to do because I can just sort on that particular field. I am not trying to convert you. If you love paper, that's fine. I just want you to know that I find the system much easier to use using an app and not paper. So that's it for this week. Thank you so much. Next week, I will be covering step 4 in David's GTD system, which is called review. So make sure you tune in then. And please remember that my goal is to educate you every week on how to get more organized and productive at work, home, and in life, so that you what? You save time, save money, and so the things you need are at your fingertips. And please, if you know of others who could benefit from my weekly videos, please share this. And please know that I am so grateful to you for watching and for all of your support. I will see you next week. Thank you so much. Take care.